should be no hope. So just look inside. There's an answer waiting, because you and I, we were created to love, created to love. We've got one chance to make a change in the world around us that's falling down, because we've got one life to live. So take every moment and seize the day, yeah.
Tonight, I'm so excited to have a leading expert in the medical field as our guest tonight, Dr. Peter Fotinos. We're so excited to have you. Thanks for stopping by the set.
Thank you for having me, Debra.
You are just, I call it the magic doctor, because you have your hands in so many things that really help women to feel better about themselves, whether it's dealing with bioidentical hormones or dealing with getting a little bit of that zapping of the cellulite and making yourself look good, or whether it's a shot that actually you're here talking about tonight that really puts weight loss back on the map of how to do it right. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we employ the HCG shot, which is basically a hormone of pregnancy. It was discovered back in the 1940s for weight loss by Dr. Simeons, and we actually use his protocol. There was actually a manuscript written by him, and what he found was HCG targets a specific fat called brown fat, which lives basically from here to here and in the buttocks region.
Right.
And that's where most people have the problem of stubborn fat.
Right.
He basically, what he saw, and he was an OBGYN back in India. He was doing research. He found that these pregnant women in India were starving. They were losing a lot of weight, and when it came time to deliver the babies were born at a normal weight, and he said, that doesn't make any sense. These babies should be low birth weight.
Right.
He did experimentation, found that ACG was actually feeding the mom's fat to the baby to protect the baby. Well, then he said, well, if that works for that, then can we do it for people that are not pregnant and men?
Right.
And there's another disease called Froelic's disease, which I won't go into because it's pretty broad.
Right.
That was why he knew it could work for men as well. He came up with a plan, found that it was very successful, and then he moved to Italy and opened a clinic there. And it fell out of touch for a while, and then some people have recently discovered it in the past few years. And following the same protocol, we've been able to have people lose about 1 pound a day using this shot.
And it is the rage, and I wanted to have you on because I actually did it. And you know, you're on a 500 calorie a day diet, which sounds like not a lot, but it really is. I mean, you can have so many things. I think the secret for me was to prepare the meals, and you have specific vegetables from a list. You can have specific meats from the list, lean meats and fruits. And what the shot does, it actually, I think, makes your body think that you're not hungry. But you're actually getting a lot of food because, you know, when you really think about it, it's more food than I usually eat, I'm going to tell you. It's with better choices. And I think for me, it made me feel better. I had more energy, believe it or not. And also it made me think about food choices after I stopped doing the shot, because it really makes you think of your portion size and what you're eating.
And it retrains you.
Right.
A lot of the foods on the diet are very high nutrient, low calorie foods.
Right.
And they're there not only to augment your weight loss, they're there also to give you the nutrients you typically wouldn't get with this diet. Okay.
Right.
If you did the diet and just did the injection, all you would get most of your calories is from fat. And fat has nutrient content, but it doesn't have all the nutrients, the vitamins, minerals. That's why the foods, there's a very specific list for the foods.
Right.
We tell you what to eat, not what not to eat, because
Right.
there's more stuff that you can't eat on this diet.
Right.
On point of fact, and the reason why you don't get hungry, it's about 1,500 calories to 4,000 calories of fat comes from your calories come from your fat, basically. So basically, what you're using is about 2,000 to 4,500 calories a day. That's why you don't get hungry on this diet. So, and that's roughly about a pound a day. So.
And the secret is to drink lots and lots and lots and lots of water.
Yeah.
I think in anything. We're going to take a quick break.
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DebraKennedyShow.com. You can view the complete episodes right on the website or subscribe to the show via iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks for watching.
I would love to invite you to tune in every Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. right here on Access 21 for The Debra Kennedy Show. It's about life. It's about women finding themselves. Men trying to get their groove back. It's about fashion. It's really about anything that involves lifestyle. We love what we do, and we would love to see you here on Saturday night at 9:30 on The Debra Kennedy Show. And we were talking about why it works for men and women.
Exactly. Because of the fact that HCG has been shown in both men and women from these studies to reduce the fat, what we call brown fat, which is an abnormal fat.
Right.
It doesn't distinguish between sexes. So whether you're male or female, you're going to lose a lot on this diet. Incidentally, if you've been pregnant before, however, you're going to lose a little bit less per pound versus a man who's obviously never been pregnant and a woman that's never been pregnant. So because your body has seen it before if you've been pregnant. So typically you'll see about 3/4 to a pound a day for women who've been pregnant and about a pound to a pound and a half for men and women who haven't been pregnant. So obviously men have been pregnant. So.
And Doc, what I think is amazing is that really I had autoimmune disease, and I had this thing for 9 months where I was breaking out in hives and had just everything that was going wrong. And honestly, when I started taking the injections, I felt like a new person. I mean, I don't know that it corrected it or it's a combination of everything, but what I was really surprised at is that really and truly I felt better on it.
I have some women that do the diet that as soon as they get off of it, they don't feel as good, and they stay on like a maintenance dose of about 150 units twice a week, and they do great. They every time I took them off of it, they come back and tell me I don't feel good. And then you start them back on, and they feel good. The idea may be a couple things. The first being that it does in men release testosterone, so it could be doing the same thing in women, and that makes women and men feel good. The other thing could be detoxing your system. You have a lot of bad foods that you're eating, and this diet is very healthy as far as the food choices. So you'll end up detoxing your system, and that may be the reason why you may have had the hives or whatnot.
Right. Probably the toxins in my body, or whatever, adrenal glands,
or
whatever
the
it
testosterone,
was. Right. But I really like another thing that you do is that you have to take a break. A lot of time, it is the rage, and there's so many different practices that administer the shot. But with some of them, you can go consecutively for an infinite amount of time. With yours, you have to take a break, correct?
Yeah, a lot of the practices, they don't adhere to the Simeon protocol, is what we call, who's, again, the original physician that founded this. When you look at the original manuscript, you have to do it daily, but you have to, maximum amount of days you can do it is 40 days.
Right.
For a maximum of about 40 to 45 pounds. I've seen a lot of other clinics do hybrid versions where they do it twice a week of the injection, and then they also give phentermine, which is a type of appetite suppressant.
Right.
Now, that works, but you end up gaining the weight back because phentermine you can't be on long term.
Right.
It stops working, A, and B, you can get addicted to it, and you have to have more and more to it. So what I tell a lot of my patients, they ask me for appetite suppressants, and most of the time I'll tell them, no, I don't do that, because I want you to lose the weight and keep it off. The cool thing about this diet, you probably know from this, is that not only do you do stage 1 where you do the injection and the actual diet, you also do stage 2 and stage 3. Stage 2 is almost like a modified Atkins. You can still do some fruits, but for the most part, you're not eating a lot of the white sugar, white breads and stuff like that. Stage 2, stage 3, you start giving in complex carbohydrates. By doing so, you're kind of retraining your body to use fat as an energy source primarily, and that's how we were typically as when we were in our young human race. Young human race, but for some reason we got into this sugar, and when you have sugar, what it does, it raises insulin, which can cause you to gain fat. And the more insulin you have, the more fat you have, and the more fat you have, the more insulin you have. So what we're trying to do is break that cycle, the need of the carbohydrates, specifically sugar.
Right. Stay away from sugar and white flour.
Yeah,
And
white
those are the
bread,
things that are not your friend.
No.
And white,
So-
white breads. Right, exactly. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We hope you'll come back. We love having you on the set. We really do think you're the magic doc to all women and men out there. So thank you for always taking the time, and you'll come back and see us, right?
Thank you for having me, Deborah, and I'll always come back and see you whenever you need me to come back.
Thank you so much. We hope you've enjoyed this segment tonight with the amazing Dr. Peter Fotinos.
Are you or someone you know interested in being a guest on the Debra Kennedy Show? If so, go to DebraKennedyShow.com and click on the Be Our Guest tab. We're a lifestyle show, and we're always looking for experts to bring on and share information and knowledge and something they're passionate about.
You have seen them on WeTV, you've seen them in the spotlight, and here they are tonight on our set, the fabulous Rucker sisters. I'm so excited to have you guys. Are just shaking up the town. You guys have so much cool stuff going on. But first I want to talk about your charity. We know that you're celebrities, we know that you're superstars, you have your own show, but on top of that, you have time to do charitable things, right?
Yes, our charity is called Rucker Education Scholarship Fund, and it's our second annual fundraiser we're having coming up soon, and we're just so excited. Last year was a huge success, and we're hoping that this year will be even more of a success. We raised over $15,000 last year for a first-generation college student from Lancaster, South Carolina. We're from Lancaster.
But you're from Lancaster,
yes, and it's a fun night. Our fundraisers are always so much fun. We have fashion shows and food and wine and champagne, and it's just fun, and it's all for a great cause, giving back to our community of Lancaster, South Carolina. So,
and the great thing about you girls is that your whole family, you're educated, you do great things, but not everybody has a chance at life. And so this is a way for girls that maybe don't have parents that have the money to educate them or send them away to college, maybe a way for them to make something better of themselves.
Totally, exactly. I mean, that's the whole point of it, just giving back for someone that may not have the opportunity to go to college, just to help them out with fees, maybe books or I don't know, just tuition. But it's just all for the better cause of getting an education. So,
right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Both of our grandparents were educators, so that's why we named it after our home. Well, our family name. Our grandfather, A.R. Rucker, was an educator in Lancaster, South Carolina, as well as my grandmother. And when Ione decided to do the foundation, we just thought it was a fabulous opportunity for us just to give back to our community.
Right.
Yes.
Because you guys have been in the stardom, and you are doing great things, and you have your own show, the Rucker Sisters. But it really truly is also about education and how important it is, and bettering yourselves, and
It is.
and a little fun along
Right.
the way.
A
lot of fun. Okay, really, it's not about any of that. It's about fun, right?
I don't know what it is. It's about sisterhood. It's
Right.
about our relationship.
Exactly.
We're so close, and we, we're each other's best friends. But of course, with all sisters,
Each other's best critics too.
Yeah.
So you're honest with each other.
We're very honest
Right.
with
very
each other.
extremely honest with each other, and sometimes that can create a little drama, and
Right.
the other person may not like it. But we're telling like a sister would tell.
Right,
tell
right.
each other.
Well, the funny part is, if you have sisters and you weren't filming a reality show, and you might call and say, "Oh my God, Ruby just did the most stupid thing," and "Oh my God, I can't believe she did that," but you don't get it on film. In a reality show, you get that on
everything.
film.
The good, the
bad, and the ugly.
Everything.
Right.
It was a lot of fun taping, and I would have never done a reality show if it wouldn't been with my sisters.
Exactly.
We can fight, but then the next day we're on the phone talking for hours.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
we can never ever not
Fall
be friends.
out
So,
forever.
Right.
Exactly.
And you
So-
guys are so tight. I know that your
Yes.
children are just so close, and I've never
Exactly.
seen the interaction the way I have with you two, because we were in Florida together for
Right.
a convention, and
Yeah.
you were, what I loved was you were there about your children.
Exactly.
You both were married to professional athletes, basketball players, and it wasn't about you. There was there was none of the spotlight was on you. It was about your girls, which I don't know, I probably would have been, oh, do you not know who I am? No, not really. But you weren't that way at all, and your mother was just, you could tell she
Yes.
was hilarious.
Yes.
My
mother
mother
is-
is hilarious.
She is so funny.
She is so down to earth. She does not meet a stranger. She is such a blessing, I think, to our family, just because she's just the glue. She
Right.
holds everything together, and we're so grateful to have a wonderful mother. So she's a trip, though.
Yeah.
I love that she is the glue.
she's-
We're going to take a quick break,
Okay.
and when we come back, we're going to talk about, you have a great hair care line coming out,
Yeah.
and then we're going to give a glimpse of a few more exciting things that are going on with those fabulous Rucker sisters.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All of that when we come back.
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DebraKennedyShow.com. You can view the complete episodes right on the website or subscribe to the show via iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks for watching.
Now we're back with the superstar Rucker sisters, girls. So we were talking about the reality world, and that you guys really do make it fun, because it really truly is your lives. It's what's happening. And when you have children, and when you have sisters, and you have family, and you have life, it happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Right. It does, unfortunately. And we all go through these roller coasters of it's really good, or
Right.
Right.
things happen, and they just do in life.
Right.
And it's really how you deal with it. But isn't it great having each other?
It's awesome. I think that it's been like an amazing journey to go through this and do this together. Ruby isn't here today, but Ruby, Ione, and myself, we're best friends.
Right.
And so, when we went out to do this reality show, we definitely didn't want to do anything without each other. So it's been great.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we each have kids. Ellen has one, I have 3, and Ruby has 3 kids. And, we have our own businesses. Ruby has a law practice.
Her husband's a dentist too,
Her
right?
husband is an
Orthodontist. He has 3
Uh-huh.
practices
Yeah. Right.
in South Carolina and North
Yeah.
Carolina. So,
Right.
So she's very busy with his practices and her law practice. And Ellen is a chiropractor, even
Right.
though she's retiring.
Oh, you're retired, Ellen?
I'm taking a leave, Deborah. I've been doing
Right.
chiropractic for 11 years.
Right.
And I just really wanted some time to really focus on my daughter, Kai. She's very busy with tennis and acting, and as
Right.
well as, Rucker Roots. Rucker Roots is our baby. We've been working
Right.
on our hair product line for about 3 years. And so I really wanted to take a little bit of time to
Right.
really put everything that I had into that and just really pour my heart into our new baby. So
Right.
we're so excited about it, and it's such a great product.
So tell
And-
us about it.
Oh, well, Rucker Roots,
Right.
it's something, Ione and I were in my kitchen, I guess, one day, and we were just kind of like mixing up stuff, concoctions for our girls' hair.
Well, our
And-
mother used to do that when we were little. She used to mix up like avocado and mayonnaise and eggs and
to
olive
give it
oil.
shine and
Yeah,
to-
she
yeah.
always was
Yeah.
like a kitchen beautician. That's what we
Right.
call
I
her.
would love that kitchen
Yeah,
beautician.
Exactly.
So we always like grew up with her doing concoctions on our hair, and as we had children and girls, of course, we did it on our daughter's hair. We just did little twists like with coconut oils and shea
Yes,
butter. So we
right.
always were like mixing things up. So we just decided, hey, why don't we, instead of mixing 100 different things together, why don't we actually do a product?
Right.
Because we saw the good results that the natural hair care line was
And we
doing
wanted
products.
something, we wanted something that was sulfate free. We wanted something that was paraffin free. We wanted petroleum free, no mineral oils, and just, something that would be really, really healthy and good for our girls' hair, as well as we wanted to incorporate, our southern roots.
Right.
And so, my dad has a garden, and, we grew up around the farm.
Look at
and,
her, Ellen.
and I
She's
know.
got to go. Look at her.
We
I
grew
love
up
it.
around the farm, and so we took, some of that and put that into our line as well. And that's why it's
Right.
called Rucker Roots,
I love
because
that.
it's root vegetables and it's really,
Carrot,
things-
turnip.
So it's
and-
all natural.
Yes, it's all
pretty
natural.
much
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's about 99% natural.
Right.
Yes.
I love it. Well, you girls are just taking the world by storm. And I love the story. I was huge fans of you because you were sisters, and what sisters marry professional
I know.
basketball players? I mean, how
Right.
rare is that, two sisters? And you have beautiful children, and you guys have moved on but remained friends. But I love that, the relationships might end, but the sisterhood stays strong. And, you guys are just making history with what you're doing and, with your foundation.
We're
You are,
trying.
and having fun. I fell in love with you the first time I met you guys.
Thank
you were just so
you.
warm. There's no pretense about you.
Oh,
you just,
thank
people
you,
want to be
Debra.
around
Thank
you. You're
you.
just, you're just
Aw,
happy.
so
There's a
sweet.
glow. So we can see more of you. I know it's going to be on We. We're going to be watching the
yes.
Rucker sisters, and we'll do some little promos when it's coming back on.
Okay,
But we're
sounds
so
good.
excited because there's no 2, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. I know the 3 sisters and everybody else in the family that I'd rather hang out with than the Rucker sisters.
Thank
So
you.
Rucker family,
Thank
yay!
you.
So
Thank you.
great things
Thank
are
you for
happening.
having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I hope you've enjoyed. I just fell in love with the Rucker sisters. They're amazing. They're spontaneous. They're joyful. And they're real. So I guess that's why they have a reality show that you will see on We.
Are you or someone you know interested in being a guest on the Debra Kennedy Show? If so, go to DebraKennedyShow.com and click on the Be Our Guest tab. We're a lifestyle show and we're always looking for experts to bring on and share information and knowledge and something they're passionate about.
If you're looking for some cool decor for your door, we have got the perfect person here to show us that. And it's the amazing Carrie Cassidy-Struble, the one and only Flower Diva.
Awesome.
What do you have for us tonight? I love everything that you do. I'm your biggest fan.
Thanks. We've got another grapevine wreath. You know how I love them because they're so versatile.
Easy
and
to work
whatnot.
with,
That's
inexpensive.
Right. That's right.
All of that.
This is called just mesh. You can
Okay.
get it at any local craft store. Even the dollar stores carry it
Ooh,
now.
For $1,
So-
you can get.
Yeah, pretty
Wow.
good roll of it too. So I just leave it on the roll when I'm working with it because I don't like to waste. So
Right.
I'm going to show you. I already started it, but it's really, really easy.
Okay.
All you're going to do is just take a wad of it, just
Okay.
like that. I'm going to hold it like that. We're going to need the scissors. And then I'm going to cut some ribbon. I just like the ribbon just because I think it gives it more of a finished look rather than wire or glue or...
And it's easier to work with.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
this is easy, super easy.
And I'll let you turn it a little bit. And then we take our next gob. Go for it, girl. And go right up to the next one up there. There you go. Yeah, because you want to make it real fluffy.
Oh.
That's the fun of this stuff.
Okay.
So we're going to tie that off like so.
Okay.
It's kind of like
This is so cool. This is so easy.
yeah, the kids can help and everything. We love
One
that.
more little gob, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna snip this because this is where we are gonna end it.
Okay. So pretty. The colors are so fall.
Yeah, and what's nice too about this stuff is it's very forgiving.
So it hides the multitude of sins. If you don't know exactly how to
What
do
to
it,
do
it
with
looks
it.
like
it
I love that.
still works.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't like the little things sticking up to the top, you can tie them on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So you just see a loop of ribbon. But we can go back.
I like
and-
it. I like them out like that.
Yeah, it just gives it a
Gives a
little
little more
extra
fall
texture.
appeal.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah, and then while I'm gonna work on the bow, I'm gonna hand these to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you just slip them underneath
The bows.
the ribbon.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Ribbons.
And I'm gonna let
Oh,
you
I
do
love
that.
that.
Well,
I could do
I'm doing
that.
this.
Okay. You're gonna work your magic with that.
Yes.
With the ribbon over there.
Yeah. And again, just remember with your bows, it's all about scrunching it up. Can never have too much scrunch.
Just making it tight. That's what really makes the bows work. Scrunch, scrunch,
Mhm.
scrunch.
That's right. Makes them nice and fluffy.
And of course, is it the type of ribbon that you get? Is like the wire? It's so much easier to work
Yes. A lot of people find that the wire is also very forgiving because you can just
Love
keep
that.
poofing it out.
Right.
You kind of, like it's where you place it is where it's going to stay.
Right.
So.
It's like our little black dresses, right?
Yes, that's right. And then, too, the great thing about the wired is if something happens, let's say, oh my gosh, the wreath fell off the door and the bow got smushed, well, you
Right.
just fluff it back out again. Whereas if you had, like, just plain satin or whatnot, it's kind of shot.
Oh, see? We learned so much from Carrie tonight.
Yeah. So
So the real thing that I learned the most from you is not to be afraid, because sometimes it's not about making a mistake, it's about trying it, and most of the time it really works.
yeah.
Because lots of times you do these things, you think, I could never do that. You make it look so easy and make us all feel like we can really do that. And that's why we love to have you on the show, because it's really about being creative and making things that are different. Your
That's
stuff's always
right.
so different.
And see, and then too, if that's going to be on a door, I'd probably put like a little bit of glue. Mm-hmm. Or
On these to hold them?
yes. So because the door's going, open and close,
Right.
open and close.
Look at your bow.
Yeah, and then we're gonna just try this on
Ooh,
here.
la la.
So, and I love the sparkly for fall.
I love the hints of
Non-traditional.
pink. I like the pink and the coral, and I like the
Yeah.
combination. I do too.
So when the copper.
Oh,
So there
let's
you
hold
go.
this up. Let's get a close up. Is this not just gorgeous?
All right.
And honestly, we made this. Well, you did a pre a little bit, but this was done in about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So all we started with is a grapevine, and then this amazing material mesh that you
Mesh,
can pretty
yep.
much get anywhere, and in a multitude of colors.
Yes.
You did your little ties, which are simply wired ribbon, or you can use whatever ribbon you want. And then you made your big fluffy ribbon.
Yep.
That was the secret to that is really smushing
Smushing
it
it together, and then
These are pretty little.
Yeah, and I got the glittery ones, but if you're not all into that, there's tons of different fall items you can
Right.
get, flowers, whatnot, leaves.
So pretty.
Yeah.
I love it. So thank you so much as
Thank
always
you.
for stopping by the set. And I love
Thank
what you
you.
said. If you
Thank
want to put a decor on the
Your
door,
door.
we've made it easy for you tonight. It's all about just blinging it up and bringing in the fall.
That's
right.
right. That's
okay.
right.
Let's close with Happy
Happy
Fall.
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DebraKennedyShow.com.
When you look around, see the tears falling down. In a world so cold, where there seems to be no hope. So just look inside. There's an answer waiting, because you